Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good. And we love talking about Operation Stand Down Tennessee and the work they do to support our veterans. We're honored to be joined by Eden Murrie. She's the CEO of Operation Stand Down Tennessee and a retired Brigadier General with the United States Air Force. So thank you for your service. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for coming on the show. Eden, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning, Jeremy. Thanks to you and City Current for hosting me and highlighting this great organization that I am lucky enough to be part of. I am great.
Well, you are doing a tremendous amount of good, and you were recently a charity spotlight at our Signature Speaker Series, which was awesome to be able to showcase your efforts and highlight them even more. But let's go ahead and dive in. Give us a little bit of a history lesson for Operation Stand Down Tennessee.
Sure. Here we go quickly. We've been around since 1993. Next year will be our 30th anniversary. We're so excited to do a lot of festivities with next year in 2023. We started out as an organization primarily to help homeless veterans, and now we can help any veteran, no matter where they are in their life and their transition or whatever. And so if you are transitioning out of the military, we want to help you with that transition and help you find a good career here in Middle Tennessee or even beyond. If you are, retired maybe, or leaving your other next career and you just want to get back to veterans or be involved in connection activities, we have something for you there. And then, as I said in the City Current video, we all find ourselves in crisis at one time or another. And so we have crisis services here too, especially around housing. So if you're struggling maybe with rent one month, or you're paying your rent and you're struggling to put groceries on the table that month, we've got Operation Commissary, which we can chat more about. So we have a variety of services that engage, equip, and empower veterans and their families.
And all of that goes into 3 C's. And so connections, career, and obviously crisis, just like you talked about. So when you look at the 3 C's and kind of that is the foundation, talk about the mission and kind of that piece that manifests through those 3 C's.
Yeah, so our connection, our first C, connection, is just that. Of the veterans and the active duty folks who commit suicide, and the numbers range between 20 to 22 a day, many of those folks have not reached out for help or been connected with anyone from their past or reached out to get their entitlements or anything like that. So while our connection services are to be camaraderie and all of that, the other thing we want to do is we want folks to feel that they're part of their old family, their military family, and connect with us at various activities. And you can be isolated and have a 6-figure salary and look on the outside like you're doing awesome. And some people are struggling internally. And so we want to provide connection activities where maybe they might share that with people who have a shared background. Our career transition is exactly what it sounds like. We do the normal stuff that people expect: mock interviews, resume prep, job search, all of that. We're not a job placement, but we have a fabulous network of employers who really support us across Middle Tennessee. And so we can connect you for informational interviews or for folks to, kind of get some industry insights or something like that. And then, Jeremy, when we chatted before, we were just piloting a veteran fellowship program, which was where we embedded a veteran with an employer here in Middle Tennessee for 4 months. And we did the first cohort of that, and we got some really great feedback from the veterans and from the employers. And what the veterans asked for was more upfront about what do I want to do, and not just picking an employer and putting you there. And so we're transitioning that into a 2-week intensive program where we'll still have our great partnership with Belmont, and all the veterans or military spouses who participate will kind of get some business fluency. What is a debit? What is a credit? And accounting? What is an income sheet? What is a balance sheet? And a few other things. But at the same time, we'll do some internal digging into what do you think you want to do. And then on the second week of that, we're going to expose maybe isn't the right word. We're going to showcase certain employers across Middle Tennessee, from the large business, small business, and medium business, and have them come in and chat, and have HR from one of those companies chat about what they look like, what they look for on resumes. So just tweaking that program, and we're excited. Our first cohort on that with 8 to 12 veterans that we can and spouses that we can accommodate should kick off in February. So check out our social media as we get more into that. And then, of course, we still have our mentorship program, and it's not really about getting a mentor. It's really about getting industry insights. And so if you're transitioning either directly out of the military or maybe in between jobs, and maybe you worked at a big company here and you think you want to be a real estate agent. Do you really know what that means? We can hook you up with a mentor, an industry expert, I would say, more than a mentor, to share with you what does it mean to be a real estate agent? How long does it take? What kind of licenses do you need? What associations did you belong to? Kind of things like that. And then the other thing, of course, that we do, the third C, is crisis. And that's really to help people who just find themselves in a bad place financially. And we can help with some basic transportation needs. As I said, we can help with rent, utilities, if you're just moving, deposits. We can help make sure that you're accessing your VA benefits, both along the healthcare and other benefits, which then can, help you. Those entitlements can be money in your pocket to help you. And so those are the things that we're doing around crisis. And we never know. We might be able to help with more. It just depends what folks come in and talk to us about. And then one of the things that we have found, veterans are twice as likely to be food insecure as the general population. And there's a variety of reasons for that. And people can reach out to me at info@osdtn.org and get questions to me on that. But so we have Operation Commissary. And so we work with Second Harvest. We buy food from them and we put together really nutritional food bags to include our new line, which is going to be a recipe that you can make with the things we put in the food bag, put together by a nutritionist. We get that food bag out once a month. It's not to supplement your groceries, it's just to help. And you get a bag per member of your family that's under 18. And so that's just to help you. And then when we're helping you with that, we're going to say, hey, if you're food insecure, can we help you upgrade your job? Can we help you find maybe a place that you can afford to rent a little better, or, whatever. And so our wraparound services will play into that.
One of the things that I learned when we did the reception with you all was the tie-in with the VA and the fact that you're the only one, or if not, one of the few that directly connects in and is kind of an extension of the VA. Talk about the relationship with the VA.
Yeah, so it's a great relationship. So the VA will recognize certain organizations to be the Veteran Service Center, and we're the only VA recognized Veteran Service centers in Tennessee. So we have our office in Clarksville and we have our office here in Nashville. And so the VA helps us supplement our costs by giving us money to run the service center. And through that service center, then we're going to access the wraparound services when people either call or come in to see us. And so that's really, really important for us to have that credibility from the VA and to be recognized for that, not only for our donors, but also for the veterans we help. That we're gonna find something for you. It's also a great collaboration with the VA in terms of they provide a lot of our federal funding that can help us, especially in crisis services, with our transitional housing program that I can talk more about too. And so just a lot of things on that. The other thing I wanted to highlight too is partnerships are really, really important. Operation Stand Down Tennessee, if you walk in here and we can't do something for you, or somebody else is going to do it more effectively, we're going to refer you, not replicate that service. But we're not going to just give you a phone number to call. We're going to send an email. We're going to call for you. We're going to make an appointment for you. We're going to do something like that to really give you that hot handoff. One of our great collaborations is with Centerstone Military Services and the Cohen Veteran Clinic. And so Cohen, through Centerstone Military Services, is a mental health provider for active duty and veterans and their families. No discharge requirement. And so if you maybe didn't have the best discharge from the service, you can still access mental health there. Again, very important in helping people get back on the straight and narrow if they're struggling in any way, shape, or form. And so we have a counselor from the Cohen Veteran Clinic that is here 2 days a week. And so you can make an appointment with him or her and then see them here as opposed to having to drive to their office in Clarksville. So that's what we try to do. While maybe we don't offer the service, for instance, VA benefits, our Davidson County Veteran Service officers reside here at Operation Stand Down Tennessee. We have free parking, which in Nashville we all know is huge. The VA shuttle picks people up here. So a great collaboration with the VA in a variety of different ways, and with other service providers and other great networks for the veterans to reach out to.
You mentioned the 2 locations. You're also expanding your efforts, though. So talk about expanding.
Yeah, great lead in. Thank you, Jeremy. We are expanding. We used to say that we serve 10 counties in Middle Tennessee through the VA. We have received some federal funding and will open an office, knock on wood, in Columbia in December. That office, knock on wood, I'm still working through lease requirements and all that. It'll be very close to the new VA clinic that is opened in Columbia. And so we want those folks in the southern 10 counties down there. We're pretty much going to go from the Kentucky border to the Alabama border, think just right down Middle Tennessee, and be able to offer some services there. And folks aren't going to have to drive to Nashville. We always do virtual services, but in case you do need to talk to someone, now we're going to have an office that's close to a VA clinic, close to shopping, right in Columbia. And we're really, really excited about that. It's going to start small, and then we'll grow our wraparound services as we see the need. But that's hopefully going to open up no later than December.
We talked about the fellowship program, that evolution, also Operation Commissary. Give us one or two other programs that you think the public definitely needs to know about.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that I would like the public to check out, I mean, if you're in crisis, it's easy to find us. If you're a veteran who's working at Alliance Bernstein or at Amazon or, I don't know, Tractor Supply, wherever you're working, you may be like, oh, there's nothing for I don't need anything from Operation Stand Down Tennessee. We do some really fun stuff. You might want to check us out. And that's what I'd like to highlight is our connection activities. For instance, this Sunday, for the Titans game, we have a fabulous room, community room, we call it, but it's a big space. You were there, Jeremy, at the VIP cocktail party for Greg Gadsden when he spoke for City Current, great veteran, by the way. And we're gonna have a Titans watch party. So we're gonna have some free beer, some free sodas, some snacks, some giveaways, and we have 4 TV screens and a big screen that drops down. So we'll have the Titans on and any other game that's on. So that's a great connection activity. And you can have beer in your house and sit by yourself, or you can have free beer and come sit with us. Hey, just an idea. On the 1st and 2nd of October, we're right here. We want to be good neighbors for both of our locations and soon to be Columbia. So we're right on the corner of Edge Hill and 12th South. And so on the 1st and 2nd of October, we're having our Corner Fest, which is our take on Oktoberfest. Bavarian Beer House, a veteran-owned company that has their restaurant over in Opry Mills, is going to set up and do beer and brats. And we're going to have live music provided by Creative Vets and the artists they work with. We're going to have some vendors, and we're just going to have fun. And that's a 2-day event. So come and check that out. Coming up after that will be our annual Heroes Breakfast. And you can go on our website and buy a ticket for that. We have a fabulous keynote speaker, Medal of Honor recipient and retired Army Captain Florent Groberg, who is also now running the Azure line for Microsoft. So both from a veteran perspective and veterans in business, a fabulous speaker. And so we're really thrilled to have him join us for our annual Heroes Breakfast. And again, you can buy a ticket on our website. And then, just because we're not busy enough, on the 11th, which is Veterans Day, at Titan Stadium, we're doing a Ruck March, Music City Ruck. And that is presented by the Bob Woodruff Foundation. And it's us, Stand Down, and Creative Vets and Memories of Honor. And so get your team together, sign up for the Ruck. It's free for the first 500 folks who sign up, and it's going to be great. Rucking around Titan Stadium, and then also up on the pedestrian bridge and around there, about from 9 to 12 will be the Ruck March. And then after that, through TriStar Productions with a great collaboration with Jason Rittenberry and Creative Vets, we're going to have a concert, and Bavarian Beer House is going to be there with beer and brats. And if you're a Ruck, you get a free beer. We'll give you a ticket and get a free brat, and there'll be live music, and it'll just be a Veterans Day party. And so that's what I want people to know. We're there if you need help, but we're there if you're looking for a place. I don't need to talk about my military service every day, but occasionally it's nice to get together with people with that shared past and, make fun of the Army and make fun of the Marines and make fun of the Navy, because I'm in the best service, the Air Force. So it's fun to get together and do things. And we have a variety of activities where we'd like folks to come out and just party with us.
Talk about impact. You don't necessarily have to name names, but when you look at the work that you do and the transformation, the power of it, give us a testimonial that puts a smile on your face.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. So we had a gentleman who was employed, veteran, was employed with a big company here in Middle Tennessee, was laid off as part of a large layoff that happened. And really, that was the first time that ever happened to them. And we all know, it doesn't matter who you are, veteran or not, a layoff you're like, wow, it's a gut punch. And so he was struggling in terms of just, self-image and mentally. And we're like, oh, we got this. We help people get jobs all the time. You come, we're going to help you. And in 2 months, he's with another major company here in Nashville. And he's a great supporter of ours in that. Somebody who was in crisis, a woman who, again, had a job, usually wouldn't be in crisis was going through a painful divorce and was paying lawyer fees for custody of her children. And I can pay my lawyer fee or I can pay my rent. She came in, we helped her out for about 2 or 3 months. She's like, thank you so much. And she's on her way. And so those are things that we do, right there are 2 great things. And I will say, 84 to 86 cents of every dollar that we raise or that we're given goes to veteran programming. So while we have a significant staff, that's because we have a fairly significant budget. And last year, despite COVID, we still served over 3,000 unique veterans. And so when I say unique, Eden might come in 3 times, but we served 3,000 unique. But we had 9,000 veterans either call us or come through our doors. And so I think that's a testimony to the impact that we're making. We just want that to grow. It's going to grow with our expansion into those other counties, with more people that we can reach out, more veterans that we can reach out to, and supporters and military families. And, we help people if they're thinking of going to one of the service academies. 3/4 of us on the staff are veterans. Both officers are enlisted, and we have every service represented except the Coast Guard. We no longer have a Coast Guard person, but we have everybody else. And so we've been there and done that. Probably someone on the staff has. So reach out and chat with us.
Wrap up with website, contact information. Where do we go to learn more and get involved with Operation Stand Down Tennessee?
Thanks, Jeremy. So our website is osdtn.org. For those of you veterans out there, Oscar, Sierra, Delta, Tango, November.org. You can like us on Facebook at OSDTN on Facebook. We have Instagram. If you need to reach out and you don't have my email, info@osdtn.org. We have people looking at that email and they'll direct it to the right place. Development@osdtn.org. Certainly if you're looking to, maybe volunteer, well, we have a volunteer at osdtn.org too, but if you're volunteer or donate, obviously go on our website, you can donate, and just call 615-248-1981 and we'll pick up the phone and we'll chat with you.
There you go. Well, Eden, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for your service as well. Appreciate you coming on the show.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for highlighting us. We appreciate that.